Welcome back to a new video. It's been a while, probably over a year since I've done a video on the STI. A lot has changed, you know, especially with the car and my life. But I'm gonna go over like an overview of what I've done to the car, and yeah, let's check it out. As you guys can see here, it has a new color. I did end up wrapping the car in white. The wrap is by Vivid Vinyl. It was kind of the first full car wrap I've done, so it was definitely quite an experience. Overall, it was a cheap wrap, where the material wasn't too spendy compared to other brands. But you know, just to get experience first, I wanted to try it out, and I'm kind of actually looking to do a new color. I've only had this color, let's see, not even a year yet, but it's probably been like 8 months or so. I did it right after winter, around springtime this year. So let's go over a couple new things I got. See, I also got some new wheels that I wanted to change up, since I've been running the previous setup I had for quite a while, so I wanted to switch it up, especially since I got a new color. What else have I done? Well, in the engine bay, a lot of new things. I actually did end up getting a new motor. So with the new motor, I kind of had to actually get a new motor, because my previous motor was having a cylinder 3 misfire, and I was trying to diagnose, going through all the steps, you know, checking the spark plugs, coil packs, and the last step was pretty much the compression test, which I didn't end up doing. I did take it to a shop that I've been going to recently, and that's what they ended up doing, and that's what happened. So cylinder 3 was running on low compression, so I pretty much had no choice but to pretty much get a new block. So what I ended up doing is I went with the Type RA block with the forged pistons. So I kind of want to save myself there. What else did we end up doing? So along with that, I was gonna go full build on this, so there's a lot of stuff that I've actually done in the past 2 months here. So along with the short block, we did end up, well, they took the heads and they got that done at a machinist, you know, go through a leak down test and whatnot. I actually ended up, excuse the wind here, but I actually ended up needing new valves, so we ended up doing the GSC stainless valves for that. So that took a while. I didn't have the car for almost 2 months because of the machinist. He was kind of backed up and whatnot. So once that came in, they finally assembled everything together. I do have a competition clutch stage 3 that was installed by shop 2. What else was done? Right here, they actually installed this for me too, so I had already ordered this, so I was waiting for a while, and I was like, why not, let's order it. And the shop did it with no extra charge, along with the cap. And then I ended up also getting a downpipe for a steel. Let's see if we can see it from here. You can see right there, I have the AFR gauge. It's a Cobb downpipe that I ended up getting for like $400. Just kind of cleaned it up once I got it, and they installed it too with no charge, so that was kind of nice. But everything else was pretty much how it was. So except the intercooler, and then except I do got a Grimmspeed 3-port boost controller there. So those two things I did end up installing myself after I got the car back. So with the whole job completion of the motor and all that, came to a little over $10,000. Majority of it was actually parts. So labor, out of the labor, was a little over $3K. So I'd say that's not too bad. Yeah, I could have saved myself money if, you know, you could do it yourself, but based on my personal life, like working and all that, it's just more convenient to have a shop do it. Once I did get it back, I did have to get it tuned, because I did have the downpipe installed. So once I got the car back though, I did end up installing the 3-port. I did get the intercooler here from Grimmspeed. I did actually install, which is inside, I'll show you in a bit, but I do have an oil pressure gauge and the AFR gauge or wideband. You can see here this wire that's running down, and inside, actually routes inside the car. I did that all myself. That's the oil pressure gauge, and then the AFR, the wideband connects to the bung that's on the downpipe, and I ran it through the passenger side. All right, so you guys can see I do got the wideband gauge and the oil pressure gauge here. This is a nice setup because I was gonna try to get a different gauge, like a gauge cluster, but I ended up ordering like a vent mount that was I think I bought it on eBay. It's the only one I can find, so it was pretty nice to fit these gauges. The gauge brand is it's REVEL VLS is the model. Pretty expensive, I would say, but they're pretty nice gauge compared to AEM and whatever brands are out there. So I wanted to try something different. Alongside that, because I was looking around for like different gauge clusters, and they have the, I think the SMY sells like a cluster right here, but everywhere that I was looking online was like sold out, so I don't know if they were like discontinued or whatever. And then I really didn't want to get the three pods here. It just seems too much going on because I already have the Cobb access port. So I went with that, which it's not too bad. It's kind of right there and I can see everything. And you still have the function of the vents, so they're all cut out, so air can still blow throughout there. I did end up getting some carbon fiber for the steering controls here. This is by GoGo Carbon, along with the center or the shift console here. Previously I had this wrapped like a carbon fiber, so I was like, why not, let's go get something real. So I did that, and the steering wheel controls, so kind of make sure everything is legit. But everything inside is pretty much the same. I haven't done much inside besides those three. So you can see I've done quite a lot of stuff in the past year here, which is a lot of work, and money goes into it and whatnot. I mean, I had no choice with the motor, to be honest, but I do plan on making more power though. I looking at a couple things here. I have a list on what I want, so I do want to upgrade the turbo, some fueling mods too, so like the pressure regulator, injectors. I do already have an AEM pump, which I forgot to say. Yeah, I did install that. So what else do we need? I wanted to go external wastegate too, so that's the plan. Also equal length headers to go along with that. I'm still on stock headers, which are unequal. So I think that's about what I want to do, to get into the power range of at least 400 or so on pump. And I might possibly do flex fuel to get E85, at least 500 or so. According to my tuner or the shop that I've been going to, so the turbo I'm going to run is going to be the BCP 500 plus, I believe is the model, along with injectors that I'm going to do at least 1200 cc's. So that's the plan for that. Most of the stuff I do want to plan on installing myself, so that way it'll cut down costs when I bring it to a shop. So that's the plan, and then I'll probably just get back with my tuner that did the e-tune, who is D-Man Tuning. Forgot to say that. Yeah, he did a really good job on that. The e-tune and everything. It was a quick process. My motor was running great. I had no issues. On a side note, but yeah, so I'll probably just hit him up once I install everything, just kind of get like a base map going on again, so I can drive it to the shop and get it tuned along with additional parts that I didn't install, because I plan on installing most of those parts once I get them ordered and all that. So I am hoping to get that done in the next year here or so. I'm planning to store this car in the winter for the first time. I'm actually going to get like a truck, just something to get by around town here and there. And yeah, this car is just gonna be in storage, so I'm trying to put the miles, or put less miles down and not use it as much, because currently I think I have about 2,000 miles on the motor so far, since I've gotten it back. So I've done quite some driving here in the past month or two. Let's look at, I forgot to say, oh yeah, I did end up getting a carbon fiber grill, mesh grill. See, most of the stuff was ordered before I got the motor or the car back. And then once I got everything back, I was installing everything on. So this is pretty nice. Wasn't too bad. Yes, it was I did get this in eBay. So it took a minute because I think they were made in China. But for a China product, to be honest, it's not bad, you know. I like how it looks. Also on the front here, I almost forgot, I do have the power brace here, or I don't know what you want to call that. That's by Lower Class Garage. Did that just give more aesthetic appeal to the car. Headlights too. I don't think I had them in my previous videos, but I got those done probably before everything, before the motor issue. Let's take a look at the rear. I think I got a few things done there. Not too much besides the like license plate cover or backing plate, whatever you want to call that. That's carbon fiber. That's by APR. You got the STI badge, RK titanium. So I did all that once I had wrapped the car. Also the carbon fiber exhaust finishers. Plenty of carbon fiber on this car, so I don't mind it. And the wheels, they're not too bad. The wheels are, I think, they're Avid or Avid. I don't know how do you pronounce it. Racing. Pretty common wheels. And what else? The lug nuts. The lug nuts are, I forgot what brand they are. They're by Kicks. That's right. They're Kicks. Like Dura, I think is the brand. They're like a two-piece lug nut style, which is kind of nice for like anti-theft. They're kind of anti-theft because I think one lug nut is a locking nut or whatever you want to call it, so that's kind of nice. And the blue that's on them, that's actually not the lug nut itself. Those are more like covers, and behind them are actually the lug nuts. So that's kind of that for the wheel setup. But overall, yeah, I mean, I've done a lot the past year. Like I said, with this car, I almost forgot once again, I got new shocks, the Grimmspeed shocks here. They actually lift the hood even higher, which is nice, just for kind of working around and whatnot. And it kind of shows the engine bay a little bit more. So once I do car shows here in the next year or so, be kind of dope. But otherwise, yeah, that's kind of all the stuff. I'm just kind of documenting, making this video to kind of show you what I've gone through, the cost of everything. If anybody has any questions, go ahead and ask or comment below on what it takes to make this build, or how much it costs, I guess is what I should say. But yeah, go ahead, subscribe, comment once again, and I'll see you guys in the next video.